Hello. In this math video, I will do a GED math video regarding locating points and graphing equations. Yeah, this is a small introduction of graphing points. You, if you probably know this, but it's really simple to forget it. Like, so let's go over the Cartesian plane real quick. So, uh, here you have a Cartesian plane. Um, So in the Cartesian plane, this is how you this is how you see it correctly. So this is quadrant one, this is quadrant two, this is quadrant three, and then this is quadrant four. Okay. So if you graph points, so let's talk about some vocabulary. So what isn't you might have to graph a point. It's also called an ordered pair or point. It's in the form of x comma y, right? That is an ordered pair ordered point. Um, so in the x direction goes right or left. Okay. And then the y direction goes up and down. So this is really helpful when you're plotting points because you'd be surprised how many people forget how to plot points. So y direction goes up or down. I can't spell. Okay. So x direction goes right or left, y direction goes up or down. And then you also have what's called x-intercepts and y-intercepts. So x-intercepts, this is how you know you have an x-intercept. Not all points are x-intercepts, right? So an x-intercept touches exactly x-axis. And this is how I know you have an x-intercept. If your coordinate is something like where you have a number as an x value and then the y value is always zero. So an example would be 3 comma 0, right? So let me label, I forgot to label. This is the horizontal line is the x-axis, the vertical line is the y-axis. So this is, see, an x-intercept only touches the point on the x-axis. So it can touch it here, 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 here. That's how you know you have an x-intercept because if it's a number, comma 0, that's how you know you have an x-intercept. And then the y-intercept touches exactly at y-axis at 0 comma a number. So here's the y-axis. Let me maybe if I use a different color. The vertical line is the y-axis, and it could touch it here, 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 here. And how you know you have a y-intercept is this time the x coordinate is 0, and then the y coordinate is a number. So for example, 0 comma 3, 0 comma negative 3, right? As long as the x value, as long as the x coordinate is 0 and the y coordinate is not a 0, um, you have a y-intercept. Okay, so let me review. So an ordered pair or a point is always in the direction of x comma y. Uh, the x direction or the x value always goes right or left. So if it's positive, it goes to the right. If it's negative, it goes to the left. In the y direction, it goes up or down. So it's either going, if it's positive, goes up. If it's negative, goes down. Okay. An x-intercept touches exactly on the x-axis, and you know you have an x-intercept if your x coordinate is a non-zero number, and then your y coordinate is always going to be zero. So an example would be like 3 comma 0, right? And then the y-intercept touches exactly on the y-axis, and this is how you know you have a y-intercept, is when the x coordinate is always going to be zero, and then the y coordinate will be a non-zero number. Okay. What else? Oh, origin. So if you ever hear the word origin, that is right smack in the middle, or it's also called the center. 0, 0. And then lastly, horizontal line and vertical line. So this is, what do I mean by horizontal line? So this is a horizontal line like this. It goes completely horizontal. So how do you know you have a horizontal line? It's going to be y equals a constant. And then how do you know you have a vertical line? When it's x equals a constant like that. Okay. So yeah, so this is the Cartesian plane. Here's quadrant one, here's quadrant two, quadrant three, quadrant four. Here, the horizontal line is the x-axis, the vertical line is the y-axis. A point will always be in an x comma y direction. Okay. X-intercept will always be a number comma zero, and a y-intercept will be zero comma a number. Origin is right smack in the middle, so this would be the origin. And then horizontal line, you know you have a horizontal line if it's y equals a constant. So for example, y equals 3. And then you know you have a vertical line if it's x equals a constant. So example, x equals 2. Okay, so you probably know that already, but it's a good refresher. So I'm going to clear. If you need to pause the video, go ahead. I am going to do the first example. So which of the following points on the graph represents the ordered pair negative 3 comma 3? So negative 3 comma 3, right? So negative 3 is x, positive 3 is your y. So what I would do is when you plot points, I don't know if this makes it easier, but always start at the origin, 0, 0. Okay? That's my, yeah, that's what I would do. Always start in the center of 0, 0. Then you do your x direction, then your y direction. So my x direction is negative 3. So what that means is, remember, x direction either goes right or left, right? So because it's a negative 3, you're going to go 3 to the left. And then the y direction goes up or down. So do not plot it here. Plot it after you do your y. So our y value is positive 3. So it's positive, so you're going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. That is Q. So that is B, point Q. Okay. So that was question one. Question two, which of the set of coordinates accurately represents the position on the point of the graph? Okay, so what they have is this little dot. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little dot. And we got to label that dot correctly. So let's do that. So in a coordinate, it's always x comma y direction. Here's your x, here's your y-axis. What I would do is start at the origin 0, 0. And I believe our x coordinate is going to be negative 3, right? So you could put negative 3. And then our y direction goes downward, so it has to go down. One, two, three, four. -4. And it's that simple. So it's C. So I start at the origin, figure out my x direction. So it's somewhere we're going left, so we're going to go 3 units to the left, and then figure out my y direction going down 4. There you go. Yep, C. Question 3, which is the graph that represents y equals 2? Okay, so we said on the notes, we know that it's a horizontal line. And how do I know it's a horizontal line? It's because it's y equals a constant. So you could forget about A because that's vertical, right? Is it B? It's definitely here. You can't see this, but it's the blue line. This is the x-axis, this is the y. So is it this one? Yes. See at 2, it goes completely horizontal. Okay. What about, let's just keep on trying. Let's see C. No, C is this is the you can't see this, but it's not C because the blue line is your line. This is your this is your origin right here. And as you can see, it's like -2, so that can't be it. Is it D? No, because that's a vertical. So it looks like the best choice would be B because it's a horizontal and it's at y equals 2, right? Okay, let me double check. Perfect. We got it all right. So, if you need to, this is a very important video because you, in the next, what is it? Next exercise, you would have to know how to start uh, graphing, equations, right? And you might need to graph points. So it's really important that you understand this concept. So if you need to rewatch the video, go ahead. And I'm going to stop here.